A few weeks ago, the host of our show, Sarah Lagerman, asked me if I'd ever made crepes on the center of it all. My answer was no, but what a great idea. In my food world, crepes consist of two fabulous dishes. The classic French citrusy orange crepe Suzette and the famous cheese-filled, berry-flavored Eastern European blini. Which one will I make today? Let's get started and find out. Whether you're making crepes or blintzes, the place to start is with the batter. And the only difference between a crepe batter and a blintz batter is that blintzes are a little eggier. So instead of 2 eggs, I'm adding 3. I guess you've guessed, I'm making blintzes today. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of milk and a 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 cup of flour, teaspoon of sugar because this is going to be served as a dessert or a breakfast, 1/4 tablespoon of salt. I'm going to take my handy dandy granny mixer and I'm just going to whisk this. This is so much easier than a standard whisk where you stand around and go like that. This works wonderful. If you don't have one of these, pick it up until it's just about smooth. And last, I'm going to drizzle in 2 tablespoons of melted and slightly cooled butter. And now we really give it a good whisk. How easy is that? And the most important thing about making a crepe batter or a blintz batter is to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour and up to overnight, because that's going to give the gluten in the flour time to relax and it's going to make the batter the crepe-like consistency that you need. Skip that step and you're going to fail at crepe making. The cheese filling for classic cheese blintzes is nothing more than a melange of soft, mildly flavored but slightly tangy cheeses. So what I've got here is 4 ounces of very soft cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of large curd cottage cheese, and a full cup. I'm using real deal farmer's cheese. If you can't find this, feel free without any compromise at all to substitute ricotta. Cottage cheese is nothing more, cottage cheese. Farmer's cheese is nothing more than cottage cheese that's had the liquid pressed out of it. I'm adding 1 egg. And because I'm going to be topping my blintzes with my homemade cherry preserves, I'm adding a secret ingredient, which is about a teaspoon of cherry extract. Feel free to substitute vanilla extract. On a low speed of our electric mixer, we're just going to blend all this until it's smooth and creamy. Oh, that looks wonderful. Oh, we missed a little bit there. Okay, I'm going to scrape down the sides of this bowl. I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator to chill while we head to the stovetop and make our crepes. The classic crepe pan is round, and it's about 9 or 10 inches around, And my batter is out of the refrigerator and rested for about an hour. It's been chilled. I've heated my crepe pan over medium-high heat because you really want a semi-hot pan for this. And in this size pan, which is 10 inches, I'm going to need to add about 7 tablespoons, and you can hear a sizzle already. That means my pan is hot enough. So I'm getting about 7 tablespoons of crepe batter in here. And I want to swirl this around. I'm left-handed for the camera, so I'm trying to get this so Andrew can see it really good. I'm going to put this back on the heat, and I'm going to let this sit for about 45 seconds. I'm not going to touch it. We're going to notice that it's going to start to cook around the outsides, and then it's going to start to look dry. And we have to be patient. I have to think of nice things to say about crepes, except I love them. And after the first one is made, you can make 2 or 3 dozen of these in 20-25 minutes because they cook really, really fast, 45 seconds a piece. You can see this is steaming, and we're coming up on it. The surface is starting to look really dry, and my asbestos fingers are going to, what I'm going to start to look for is the ease of which I can put the spatula underneath. Now this isn't quite done. If you can't slide a spatula underneath your crepe easily, you leave it on for 2 or 3 more seconds and you just keep on checking it through the whole process. Now you can see we're starting to get some bubbling here, so we're really close to this one being ready to flip. First one is usually the hardest. I'm going to let that go for another 2 or 3 seconds because that didn't slide as easy as I wanted it to. Couple more seconds. Spatula underneath. There we go. Flip and roll. Let it hit the pan until it starts to slide around on its own. Slide it onto a plate. Keep making and stacking. Now it's finally time to fill our Blintzes. And I've placed one of the crepes on a nice little plate. And I'm going to fill each one, you don't want to overfill these, with about 4, maybe 5, a generous 4 tablespoons of filling. The standard roll for a Blintz roll is to take the side closest to you, lift it up over the top, fold the left and right hand sides in towards you. I kind of press down so that I'm folding like an envelope, flip it over, flip it back, that's the hard part, that's the tricky part, and then just kind of tuck that edge underneath so that you kind of make a pretty little envelope and just place it on a plate. And I'm just going to keep on filling and wrapping 6 of these today. I've melted 4 tablespoons of salted butter in the bottom of my electric skillet, and I love to use my electric skillet for making Blintzes because this allows me to perfectly control the heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place, it also allows me to cook 6 or 8 of these at a time, which is really nice too. So I'm going to just place all of these in on a not too high of a heat at first. All 6 of them. Nice little sizzle going on. I'm going to put on the same plate a couple pieces of paper towel so that when they come out they have a place to drain. And I'm just going to fry these until they're golden brown on both sides, and I'm only going to turn them once, and that's only going to take 2 to 3 minutes per side. Crepes and Blintzes. Crepes are classic citrus. Blintzes are classic berries. Be classic. Be sure to top your Blintzes with your favorite berry preserves. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website,